Have you noticed how one small mistake can turn into a whole story in your head? A late reply becomes, "They don't respect me." A single no becomes, "I'm not good enough." If that feels familiar, you're not alone, and you're not stuck. Welcome to Better Self, where you grow as a person while improving your English. Each video gives you practical tools for mindset, habits, and focus in clear, simple language you can use every day. Today, you'll learn cognitive reframing, a method from cognitive therapy that helps you change the meaning you give a situation, so your emotions and actions change too. Stay with me. In the next chapters, you will learn to spot a painful thought, name the thinking error, widen your view, ask better questions, and write a balanced line that calms your mind without lying to yourself. By the end, you'll have a small, repeatable routine you can do in under 5 minutes, anytime your mind spirals. Imagine finishing the day feeling steady, even when things go wrong. That's the promise. Chapter 1. Spot the thought. Reframing starts with one simple act. Catch the thought. Not the mood, not the whole story. Just the sentence in your mind. When something triggers you, your brain produces a quick line, like a headline. "I failed. Everyone will judge me. This always happens." That sentence shapes your emotion. If you don't see it, it controls you. Picture a student named Lena. She speaks up in a meeting. Later, her manager says, "Let's tighten the slides." Lena's heart drops. Her hidden headline is, "I embarrassed myself." She feels shame, then silence. But what if the real thought was, "The slides need editing"? Same event, different sentence, very different emotion. Your first practice is a tiny log. When you feel a strong emotion, fear, anger, shame, or even sudden sadness, pause for 15 seconds. Ask, "What is the exact sentence in my mind right now?" Write it down, word for word. Keep it short, like a text. You are not writing a journal. You are catching the headline. 2 tips help. But first, use present tense to freeze it. "They think I'm slow." Second, keep it honest, even if it sounds harsh. You are not judging, you are noticing. Once you see the headline, you can work with it. Without this step, you chase feelings in the dark. Try this today. Set a reminder for the afternoon. When it buzzes, think back to a small stress from earlier. What was the sentence? Put it on paper. You just took the first step. Chapter 2. Name the distortion. Now that you have the headline, ask, is this thought distorted? A cognitive distortion is a common thinking error, like a camera lens that bends the picture. The most famous ones are all or nothing thinking, mind reading, fortune telling, catastrophizing, and labeling. The names sound big, but they point to simple habits of mind. All or nothing thinking says, if it isn't perfect, it's terrible. A single mistake equals failure. Mind reading says, I know what they think, usually something negative. Fortune telling says, I know what will happen, and it's bad. Catastrophizing turns a small problem into a disaster. Labeling sticks a harsh name to yourself. I'm useless, I'm a mess. Let's return to Lena. Her thought, I embarrassed myself, might be mind reading. She assumes others judged her, but she does not have proof. It might also be labeling. She turns one moment into a fixed identity. Your move is to match your headline to one distortion. You do not need to be perfect. Pick the one that feels closest. You can even say, this is mind reading, pretending to know their thoughts. Naming reduces power. It turns fog into shape. To practice, take one of your recent headlines and add the pattern name at the end. For example, they hate the slides, mind reading. Or, I ruined everything, catastrophizing. Say it aloud in a calm voice. Listen to how the label creates distance. You are not denying the event. You are admitting the lens may be bending the view. Chapter 3. Widen the lens. When you name the lens, you can widen it. Widening means collecting more angles without hunting for perfect truth. You are looking for a fuller picture, like stepping back from a painting. Ask, what's the context? What did I ignore? What else might be true at the same time? Imagine a tight deadline. Your thought is, I always fall behind. That's all or nothing thinking plus a global label. To widen, list 3 small facts that don't fit the story. For example, I delivered last week on time. 2 tasks were blocked by missing info. I made a rough draft yesterday. None of these erase the stress, but they soften the story always into sometimes. The moment feels more workable. Widening is not positive thinking. It is balanced thinking. You can hold 2 truths. I missed a detail today, and I usually follow through. The brain likes simple stories because they feel safe. But real life is mixed. When you allow mixed facts, you relax without lying. Try the 3 angles move. Take your latest headline. Write the original sentence. Under it, add 3 short lines that show different angles. One angle can be evidence for the thought. One can be evidence against it. One can be a neutral fact, time, context, constraints. Read all 4 lines together. Notice how your body responds. Often, the chest loosens a little. That small change is the signal. You widen the lens. Chapter 4. Ask better questions. Good questions break rigid thoughts. Bad questions feed them. Why am I like this? Leads you in circles. It sounds deep, but it invites blame. Better questions are concrete, present-focused, and testable. They create choice. Think of a question as a tool that shifts your stance from judge to scientist. Instead of why am I always behind? Try what is one task I can finish today that moves this forward by 10%. Instead of do they think I'm stupid? Try what evidence do I truly have about their view, and what evidence is missing. You move from guessing to gathering. Let's revisit Lena. After I embarrassed myself, she asks, what would I say to a friend in the same situation? She might answer, your manager commented on slides, not on you. Ask which parts to improve. That question points to action. Which 3 slide areas need clarity? She emails her manager, gets specifics, and edits. Anxiety falls because action rises. Build a tiny menu of go-to questions you can use anytime. What am I assuming? What else might be true? What will matter in 1 week? What is the smallest helpful step I can take in 10 minutes? Use 1 question per moment. Keep it short. Speak it aloud. Then do what the question suggests. A good question that ends in a clear action beats 20 whys that go nowhere. Try this the next time your mind spirals. Pick 1 question, write it on a sticky note, and place it where you were. When a hard thought appears, read the note, answer it, and take the smallest step. Chapter 5. Write a balanced line. A balanced line is a single sentence that holds both the challenge and the capacity. It is not a mantra, and it is not fake positivity. It is a clean summary that guides behavior. Think of it as your next best sentence. Here is a simple template. Even though X, I can Y. X is the real difficulty. Y is the practical response. For example, even though the feedback stung, I can improve the structure and ask for 1 example. Or, even though the deadline is tight, I can deliver a solid draft and request a day for polish. Let's make one from Lena's case. Original headline, I embarrassed myself. Distortion. Mind reading. Widened facts. The comment was about slides. The manager often edits. Last week went well. Balanced line. Even though the comment felt personal, it was about the slides, and I can clarify what to fix and update them today. Notice how this line does 3 things. It acknowledges the feeling, it corrects the lens, and it points to action. That trio calms the nervous system. Write your own now. Take a headline from earlier. Fill the template. Keep it under 20 words if you can. Read it slowly. Does it feel at least 10% truer and kinder than the original. Good. Put it somewhere you will see it. Phone lock screen, notes app, desk card. When the old sentence returns, repeat the balanced one once or twice, then act on it. The goal is not to chant, the goal is to move. Chapter 6. Test in the real world. Thoughts change fastest when reality gives feedback. So, test your balanced line with a small experiment. Pick one action that would be true if the balanced line were real. Then try it, and watch what happens. This is how you train the brain to trust new stories, through evidence. Suppose your headline is "People will ignore my idea." Your balanced line is, "Even though I'm nervous, I can share one clear point and ask for reactions." The experiment. In the next meeting, speak for 30 seconds and end with, "What do you think about starting with this small step?" You are not testing your worth. You are testing a behavior and a prediction. 2 outcomes teach you. If the result is positive, you get proof that the old thought was too dark. If the result is mixed or negative, you still learn. Maybe your idea needs a visual. Maybe timing matters. Either way, you collect data, not drama. Keep experiments tiny. Aim for actions under 10 minutes. Send the email with one question. Ask for one example of better. Draft the first paragraph. Try the first exercise. Track what happens, not how you feel about it. Feelings will follow, but slowly. End each day with one line. What did I test? And what did I learn? This keeps you in the scientist role. It also turns reframing from a mental game into a practical method. When your brain sees a pattern of small wins, it naturally reduces doom thinking. You earn confidence, step by step. Here are the essentials. First, thoughts are headlines. Catch them before they run the show. Second, name the distortion to loosen its grip. Third, widen the lens and write one balanced line that points to action. Finally, test in the real world and make it a small daily habit. You have everything you need to begin. Keep your language simple, your steps tiny, and your experiments kind. With steady practice, your mind becomes a better guide, and your English grows stronger as you use these clear structures. If this helped, consider subscribing to Better Self for calm, practical lessons that improve your life and your English. I'd love to hear from you. What's the first headline you will reframe this week? And what balanced line will you use?